Forex broker, you probably know this feeling all too well. Your ad clicks, they're going up, but your new deposits? Flat. It feels like you're just pouring money into a leaky bucket, right? Well, in this explainer, we're gonna find that leak, and we're gonna patch it for good. This right here, this one sentence explains why so many Forex marketing budgets just seem to evaporate into thin air. Getting eyeballs and clicks are just vanity metrics if you don't have this one crucial ingredient: trust. So let's just get this straight right now. Your issue isn't a lack of traffic. It's not even your ad targeting. The real thing, the bottleneck that's holding you back from getting those new deposits, is a trust deficit. All right, let's dive into what I call the traffic illusion. We've all been sold this idea that more clicks automatically means more clients. But you know what? In a high-stakes world like Forex, that is a really dangerous assumption to make. I bet this chart looks painfully familiar. On the left, that's all your hard work and ad spend, a giant mountain of clicks and initial interest. But then you look over to the right, and it's crickets, just a tiny little sliver of new deposits. That huge canyon between those two bars, that's the trust gap, and that's exactly where all your potential revenue is disappearing. And this is why that old way of thinking is it's broken. We've been taught to chase traffic, but trust is what actually brings home the bacon. A click? That's just a moment of curiosity. But a deposit, that's a serious commitment, and you just can't get that without a solid foundation of trust. And what's so frustrating, right, is that you've probably done everything by the book. You've got a polished landing page? Check. A really compelling offer? Check. You're throwing in attractive bonuses? Check. On paper, your funnel looks absolutely perfect. So, what is the missing piece? Well, here's the thing. The most critical moment in your entire sales process, it doesn't even happen on your website. It happens the second a potential client leaves it. So let's trace the real journey, okay? A trader sees your ad, they're intrigued, so they click. They land on your beautiful, polished page. Their mouse is hovering right over that deposit button, but then they pause. A little bit of doubt creeps in. They open a new tab, type your brand name into Google, and what do they find? Nothing. Silence. A digital ghost town. And just like that, poof, they're gone. You have to understand, in an industry that's built entirely on managing risk, being an unknown company makes you the biggest risk of all. If a trader can't find anything about you online, they simply won't trust you with their money. It is really that simple. And this is the light bulb moment. For so long, you've been obsessing over every little detail of your funnel. But the real conversion, that final yes or no decision, it happens completely outside of your control. It happens in their perception of who you are. So if perception is the real battleground, how do we start playing this game to actually win? Take a look at this. On the left, that's your world. That's what you've been focused on. Your landing page, your offer. But on the right, that's their world. That's what your customer actually cares about. Do you have a media presence? What are the reviews saying? Do you have any authority in the market? That's where the real decision is made. This is why we have to think bigger than just advertising. Ads are great. They get you seen. But public relations, PR, makes you believable. The trust you get from an ad, well, it's temporary. It vanishes when the ad does. But the trust you build from good PR, that actually grows and compounds over time. So how do we actually go about building this believability? Let's look at the engine that drives it all, the thing that can turn all those empty clicks into actual committed clients. It all boils down to one incredibly powerful concept: third-party validation. Think about it. When you say you're great, it's just marketing. People expect it. But when a respected, independent financial news site writes about you, wow, that's not an ad, that's proof. And it carries 1,000 times more weight. So the new formula for success is this, plain and simple. Your brand's public perception is way more important than your internal sales funnel. You have to fix the perception first, and I promise you, the funnel will start to work like magic. And this is where it all comes together. This is the payoff. Once you've won the perception game, your entire marketing machine finally starts firing on all cylinders. Let's revisit that customer journey we talked about. Now, when that trader Googles your brand, they don't find silence. No, they find articles, they find interviews, they see real media coverage, they see a credible, authoritative brand. Suddenly, the risk goes down, the trust goes way up, and what do? They go ahead and make that deposit. And boom, There you have it. The trust gap is officially closed. By building your reputation out in the real world, you create a direct, smooth path right to the deposits you've been looking for. It's the ultimate conversion strategy.
And the ripple effects? Oh, they're huge. Suddenly, that expensive traffic you're paying for becomes incredibly valuable. Your ads start performing better because the people clicking are already halfway convinced. The whole decision-making process gets faster because that biggest, scariest question, can I actually trust this broker? It's already been answered for them.
So if you take only one thing away from this whole explainer, let it be this. Stop tinkering with the button colors on your landing page. The real, game-changing leverage isn't in your funnel, it's in your reputation.
So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Go on, do it right now. Open a new tab and Google your own brand. But look at the results through the eyes of a skeptical trader who's thinking about trusting you with their life savings. Does what you see inspire confidence, or does it create doubt? Because the answer to that question, that's the real key to your growth.